Hello everyone, and welcome back to today's video. For today's workout, it's actually not a workout, it's a stretching routine because today is our rest day, which is awesome. For today's stretch, I am going to be targeting your back. I just love back stretches. A lot of times when you're feeling a little bit tight, or maybe your back's just sore or your abs are sore from a workout, it's just so nice to stretch it out, to loosen it up. I really want you to be careful with this though. Don't push yourself too far. Just go till you feel a nice stretch, but never any pain. Always want to make that clear. But yeah, for this stretching routine, we just have a bunch of different stretches to stretch out your back. I'm going to be holding each for about 30 seconds, but feel free if you feel like something's too intense to just quickly go into a child's pose. But yeah, let's dive in. So for the first stretch, we're going to be doing cat-cow. This is a really good one to start us off. For this, you're just going to be on your hands and knees, arch back as you breathe in, and then arch the other way as you breathe out. Just a really simple one. Kind of moving your back. You can always do little circles if you want to, instead of just going up and down. Just get the back nice and loose. Alright, so now you're going to reach one hand forward and then bring the other one through. You're going to feel a nice stretch. A little bit of a twist in your back. You're going to stretch out, be stretching your shoulder. It's just a really, really nice stretch. Just relax into it. Want for all these stretches for you to just relax into it, and that's how you're going to get a really good stretch. Alrighty, come up. And we're going to do the other side. So reach one arm forward and bring the other arm to the ground. The thing that's nice about this stretching routine is it doesn't only stretch your back. I'm also going to be doing some shoulder stretches since they're so close that you kind of a lot of times will do you stretch one part and then the other one gets stretched too. Alrighty, so now I want you to reach your arms forward and keep your hips high. You're going to feel a really nice stretch in your upper back, a little bit in your shoulders, maybe a little bit in your chest. Everyone feels stretches in different places differently. I want you to push your chest to the ground. Alright, come out of that stretch gently. Next, we're going to push our heels, or not our heels, our hips to the ground now, and we're going to do a nice little seal. So be nice and gentle with this. Don't push yourself too far. Push back into a child's pose. Alrighty, so come on up, and then that cat-cow we did earlier, we're going to hold the arch position. So you're just going to arch back, and we're just going to hold it here for like a few seconds. Feel a nice deep stretch in your back, and you can always arch back to a cow pose or a cat pose if you feel like you need to. Alrighty, I'm gonna arch back this time. And then we're going to bring our legs in front of us, and we're going to go into a little pike sit. So this does stretch out your hamstrings, but it also stretches out your back. So in this you can feel free to arch your back as much as you want. We are trying to stretch it out and lengthen it back out. Okay, so this next one is a bit more advanced, so if you can't do it, I just recommend doing a seal or a cat-cow or something again. But this next one, I'm going to be rocking back and forth in a bridge. I'm just going to do it for about 30 seconds. So you can try and do a bridge if you want to, or just go back to the cat-cow or the seal. But here we go. You're going to push up into a bridge, and then just rock over your shoulders and then over your legs. Come on down. You can roll your wrists out because I know bridges can be hard on your wrists. Alrighty. So then we're going to do another pike sit because I really like them just stretching out your back. Is a stretching routine that's really nice because you can always come back to it and work up to doing that bridge. Alrighty. So next we're going to come into a camel pose. By the way, really quickly, if I'm like holding a child's pose or the pike sit and I come out of it and you feel like you want to hold it a bit longer, feel free to pause this video and just hold it as long as you feel like you need to. But now, we're going to quickly go into a camel pose. So this is where you're sitting on your knees. Either you can have your toes up so you can grab your ankles easier, or have your feet flat on the ground and make it a little more difficult. But either way, you're just going to reach back to grab your heels, and then just feel a nice deep stretch in your back. Gently come out of that position. Next, we're going to go into a quick little pigeon pose. So this is going to be stretching your hip as well as your back for this one. But for a pigeon, you're just going to have one leg bent in front of you and the other leg straight. And then what I want you to do is just arch back as far as you can. So sit up really straight and just arch back. For a more advanced option, and this is only if you can grab your foot and try and grab onto it over your head and then hold this position. But this is a lot more advanced, so if you can't do this, that's completely fine. But now you're going to let go of your leg if you had it, and you're going to reach forward. You're going to feel a stretch in your hips here, but also lengthening out your spine. Remember, hold it as long as you need to. So if you feel like you need to pause the video, that's completely fine. It's also nice to stretch out your hips in this because your hips and your back are so close together that a lot of times if you have low back pain, it can actually be caused from your hips. So doing stretches like this might actually help. Alrighty, we're going to switch sides. So remember, either you can just arch back without grabbing your leg, or grab your leg. It's pretty simple. Or you can start by just sitting up super tall, and then if you feel like you can. And the thing is about grabbing your leg over your head is that there's so much more in play than just back flexibility. It's also leg and shoulder flexibility, so it's completely fine if you can't do it. It took me a long time to be able to. Alrighty, and then you're gonna reach forward. Alrighty, so now we are going to do another seal stretch. For this one, I'm going to do it against a wall, and this is going to make it a little bit of a deeper stretch. But if you feel like a regular pigeon is good enough for you, you can just do a regular pigeon. But for this one, I want you to lean up against the wall so that your legs are bent and they're against the wall. And then you're just going to lift up, feel a nice deep stretch, a little deeper stretch in your back than you would in just a basic pigeon. And for this, the goal is to reach your head to your feet, but, you know, it doesn't really matter if you don't quite get there, because I'm obviously not there yet. Alrighty, gently release down, come forward, and we're going to go into another child's pose. Whether you did the seal on the door with your legs bent or just a regular seal, just come back to a child's pose. It's really nice to stretch and lengthen back out your spine. Alrighty, so we have just one more stretch to do, and it's going to be a little twist. So all you're going to do is lie on your back and then just bring one knee across your body and just feel a really nice deep stretch. Alrighty, switch sides. Bring your other leg across. Try to look the opposite direction of your leg and I'll give you a better twist. You also might feel this in your hips, especially if they're sore. Just that whole region, your low back, your hips, like I said, they're so close together that a lot of times a stretch can stretch both. Alrighty, come out of that. And that is it for today's workout, stretching routine, everybody. If you want to, you can do a quick little roll on your back, kind of massages out your back. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed this stretching routine. I really did. I felt like half the time I was kind of babbling and not really sure what I was doing next, but that's okay. I really enjoyed this, and I'm so glad that you decided to stretch with me today. If you'd like to subscribe, I am posting workouts every single day this month, and I am posting stretching routines every single Sunday. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. So be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another workout. Alright guys, bye!